My name is Fred Lonberg-Holm, and this is a installation at the Lincoln Park Conservatory in Chicago. The series is called Fluorosonic. When I had an opportunity to do one, I thought it'd be nice to maybe have some other sort of interaction between the sound and the light as opposed to the plants and the light. And so it's sort of audio manifestation of what's going on for a plant, maybe. Part when people can write in like, that guy's an idiot.
No, they're not going to do that.
Oh, that's fine. I enjoy that. Appreciate that. First off, I think I don't really think of myself as an experimental musician, and sometimes people find that surprising or stupid or obvious or whatever. I'm, if anything, more just a person who likes to play music and play with sounds and live with swim in sounds, as an old teacher of mine just pointed out in an email the other day. And so everything I do is just about making sounds and thinking about how sounds relate to each other and how they relate to the rest of the world. I also am pretty interested in socio-political issues, and if I was going to be something other than a musician, I'm going to be a historian or a sociologist. And so a lot of the dynamics of the way that I think about how music and humans fit together is also about how humans and humans fit together, and about how all sorts of things work together. I don't really spend any time at all on my own thinking about how does what I'm doing now relate to what I do otherwise. It's sort of a general principle with me, and as a result, I've done a lot of totally disparate things that probably have nothing to do with each other, but it's never been important to me to see, well, this is what I do. If I got into kind of a brand identity of I do this thing and this is my philosophy and my the manifestation, the way that I like to make things always work out, it's a preconceived notion. I think it would be really boring for me, and I would quit. I just would do what I'm doing instead, which is try to find things that I think are interesting to do and to pursue them and not worry about how they accumulate in terms of a logical body of output. A lot of times people don't realize until much later anyway what the real relationship is between different things that they thought were disparate. Composers who thought they had nothing to do with each other, and then we look back to them years later, and a lot of people can't tell them apart. Try to get the man in the street to tell you the difference between a Haydn string quartet and a Beethoven string quartet. You know, two entirely different people who were working with different issues, and while one appreciated the work of the other, considered himself much further along, in a lot of ways more of an avant-gardist, and definitely made a lot of little old ladies very upset with his music, and they really wished that he could write music like the other one. And those who are students of music history will know which ones I'm talking about, of the Beethoven-Haydn conversation. But anyway, so common practice is kind of a thing that we recognize in retrospect, and sort of what is Fred Lonberg-Holm's music is something maybe I'll recognize in retrospect, or I'll be dead and no one will because no one will care, or someone will come along and they'll say, hey, you know, all of this stuff fits together under this one rubric that actually he never talked about in his entire life, or thought about, or even conceived of. Things, you know, things seem to often work this way, and I would bank more likely than not that most of us won't be really considered much at all after we're dead. And so I'm not really doing it because of that, but I'm just also not doing things because I'm worried about how they'll be read after I'm dead, or even by people who are at a distance from what I do. I do what I like to do. I pay for it. I work. I have a job, and I survive without making demands on other people. And so I think I'm entitled to do whatever the hell I want to do.